Hello and welcome along to a full flight video. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Let's head into the sim. Let's put it on a nice outside view. We're going to do something a little bit different today, and we're going to fly the Lufthansa A321 down from Frankfurt to Hamburg. I haven't flown Lufthansa, I don't think, on stream, and they use IAEs on their Airbus, which I like. There's the APU. So yeah, we're gonna fly down to Hamburg today, and we're gonna use Pro ATC X and try a few things with Tramp. I want to see how it all works out. So let's actually launch a few more things. Let's launch real weather. It's just going to take a while to get loading, so we'll leave that to do its thing. We also need TFM. I've already done the flight planning, so we'll let TFM just do its thing. And then we'll get GSX going and get our catering on board. Actually, before I do that, let's also go and change... Let's also go and change my GSX sound pack voices to German, not German language, just a German accent for... Oh, there's another aircraft, I think. So that's what we want. We're gonna go... Ah, actually it doesn't seem to have one. Okay. Well, I have heard a German one before, so maybe it'll pick up that we're in Germany and just do that. Let's just close it. I thought there was going to be an option. Is that another aircraft? I'm sure I hear another plane, but I can't see exactly where it is. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's get back into the cockpit and let's request our catering services here, and they can get loading the catering, then we'll refuel, and yeah, let's watch our guy rock up here to give us all our food and whatnot, and drinks for the flight. And of course it's a very short flight, so no matter what he does we're really not going to have that much to do. Now I really do need to open all our exits here. Make sure we've done that for him, and of course we'll need that for people to board anyway, so really doesn't matter. I think he's still making his way over to us. So whilst he does that, is that him now? I think he's... Oh no, he's still making his way over. While he does the catering, we can go and look at our plan. So we are Lufthansa 36 today. You can see we're 222 nautical miles, so it's a very short flight over to Hamburg. I'm surprised they're doing an A321 actually, but I guess they needed to you know, do it for a high capacity. We can pop open our flight briefing here and take a little look. And here comes our truck. He certainly made it. Let's just watch him, shall we? Oh, he's loud. Hello. There we go. I think he's going to come to a stop. There we go. He's all good, so I take it now he's going to start throwing things in a minute onto our plane. Well, hopefully not throwing them, just bringing them across. Here he goes. I really do enjoy GSX. It's a very enjoyable piece of software. There he goes. He's going to start. Yeah, there we go. There's our catering vehicles all ready to go. There they go. Here comes our carts, which we should be able to hear. Yeah, we can hear on the inside as well. Right, they're gonna do that while we deal with this and go and get our clearance and things. So, oh, let's also, before I forget, just go and just throw our altimeter over to the latest setting. So we're going to head up to flight level 320. Oh, Simbridge done its weird thing as usual, but we're going to head up to 320. Now minimum takeoff fuel is 14,000. So we're going to choose the latest, the nearest option on GSX's refueling whenever that comes, and get ourselves fueled over to that. We don't really need all this, but we can go and take a look at our routing. So we're going to head off runway 18 as long as Pro ATC gives us that. We're going to be on the Marin 4 hotel departure to Marin. We're going to jump on all these airways. Very short flight plan. And yeah, Bulgar 3 Alpha onto runway 23 at Hamburg. So that all looks pretty good to me. Now let's go and just check how many passengers we're supposed to have, because I will need to put that into GSX. So where's our people? Nobody cares. 214 passengers, so that's probably going to take them quite a while to board, but we're going to do that because I'm going to just try and keep this flight as realistic as is possible. So they're still doing our catering. Oh, we want us to close exit 3, really? Okay, well, fair enough. No, I don't want you to close door 1, I want you to close door 3. Are they happy now? Are they happy? Ah, they are. Right, I think our catering is done, pretty much. That must be why they wanted us to close exit 3. I'm not quite sure why, but here's what it is. Right, are they going to rock off now? I think they are. And we can start our fueling then, once this lot disappear. They are, alright. Alright, so he's going to drive off, so we're all stocked up, ready for the journey, for our passengers. Alright, so the trucks are all leaving us, and then we're going to call the fuel truck and do that. I don't think I can board at the same time, but I'm going to try, because you know, I would like to get both of them going. Right, so he's gone. Let's reopen exit 3 because yeah, we kind of need that open for boarding, probably. Thank you. So let's get our refueling going. Let's request refueling. And we'll get our fuel truck. Now, Frankfurt's a big airport, so I wouldn't be surprised if our fuel truck takes a little while to turn up. I really wouldn't. So whilst we're waiting for the fuel truck, I'm going to start getting Pro ADC set up right now. So first we're going to go to our flight plan here. Go to import from file. I've already exported the plan. So we want documents. Here. And we want EDDF to EDDH. And I'm going to escape on that for now because we need to do some configuring. Right. So the first thing we need to do is tell them that we are. Let's just see if Lufthansa comes up. There we go, Lufthansa. Looks good. We need to tell them that we are 321, yeah, right there. And we need to tell them that we are Lufthansa 36. And I think in that regard we're ready to go. All we need to do now is launch a plan and then get clearance. Still waiting on a fuel truck, which I don't see yet. As I say, it's a very big airport, so I'm not surprised. When the fuel truck arrives, I'll get that working, and then I'll see if I can board passengers at the same time, just to help us. I can see a truck on tower view, so it is coming. It is coming. We may as well get our clearance while we wait. Let's go flight plan. I'm going to right click on this. On flight plan. Oh, on fly now, sorry. And just set a few things up. Check a few things. Whilst we wait for our fuel. So we don't need you. We need to tell it we're on P3d. Tell it to do that. And we'll hit OK. Of course, it's going to try put us on that. Do our pre-cockpit.
Taxi checklist, please.
Taxi checklist. Don't worry about that. I have no idea why it does that.
Taxi checklist. Taxi lights. Clear delivery, Lufthansa 8082 with the ATC request clearance.
Oh, I'm also not sure why it didn't change our.
Taxi lights.
Let me get rid of Pro ATC. I need to restart it. Well, I don't have to do that actually, but I need to. Work, because for some reason our call sign didn't change, which is rather weird. I've got so much schoolwork in here. Where's the one I want? That one. That one. Yeah, our fuel truck. It's not far. That wants us to select alternates, which we don't need to do. Now all that should be good. Let's just change that. Got yeah, it has got us as a Lufthansa. So we're going to hit save. Ignore that woman on ground. Let's just choose one, that's just enough. Should really go 2, but I can't be bothered for timing purposes. It's about a few hundred less than we would like. Yeah, 1.
EDDH activate ground services. Activate ground services. 1. Request everything. 2. Catering service completed. 3. Fuel bucket in position. 4. Request boarding. 5. Prepare for pushback and departure.
Ah, there we go.
EDDH
It's fueling us. Beautiful. So it's 4 to request boarding.
4. EDDH boarding requested. EDDH enter number of passengers 185. 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 EDDH enter number of passengers 100. EDDH enter number of passengers 1 2. 1. EDDH enter number of passengers 18,521. 4.
Oh no, let's delete that.
EDDH enter number of passengers 2 1 4.
Okay, I'm assuming.
Command. EDDH enter number of passengers. Command. EDDH enter number of passengers 214. EDDH enter number of passengers.
Yep, 214. Should be able to hit enter, I'm assuming, and
EDDH zone available. 10 will not animate.
ah, that's perfectly fine. We don't care about SOD. But here comes our boarding, so I think they're going to be able to board and fuel. Very useful. So they're still doing our fuel. Now let's just sort Pro ADC.
Context. Fly out. Fly out.
Here come our passengers. Let's turn them down a little bit. Got them about 50. So, we're boarding and fueling. So, we've got a lot going on around our plane. So we're going to do that. As I say, we're going to sort this out. Right, that all looks good, so I don't know why it wouldn't check our thing. So let's...
Taxi checklist, please.
And I also don't know...
Taxi checklist, please. Taxi checklist, please. Taxi checklist. Clear delivery, Lufthansa A321 with the ATC request clearance.
I don't know why it's doing that with that call sign, but we also need a...
Clear delivery, Lufthansa A321. Parking position, Terminal 1, Gate Victor 169 with the ATC request clearance.
Yeah, we need to...
Taxi checklist, please. Taxi checklist, please.
It's not taxi checklist we want to do, is it? That's... Ah, well there's refueling. Okay, yeah, we don't want to do that though.
Thank you.
Taxi checklist, please.
Taxi checklist. Taxi lights.
Let's just go through... Hi.
On.
Position lights.
On.
Anti-collision lights.
On.
Passenger signs.
On.
Autopilot.
Checked.
Auto brakes.
RTO.
Flaps.
Flaps 5.
Auto throttle.
Armed.
Com radios.
Checked.
Parking brake.
Released.
Checklist complete.
Okay, that's useful, but that's not... Ah, one,
Complete
that's what we
preparation
want.
checklist, please.
That's
Cockpit
better. I had to go
preparation
through that
checklist
one first for some
inspection.
reason.
Completed.
Battery.
So we still have a lot of time, they've still got a board, so we're in no rush. Sorry about that, but
APU generators.
you know, these little
Running.
issues
Weather briefing.
with the Pro
Completed.
ADC.
Parking brake.
Set.
Gear.
Check.
We need to
Green
grab
light.
our clearance.
Idle.
Okay, 30
Retract.
people aboard, so we got quite a few to
All
go.
up.
Com radios.
Checked.
Which is good.
Transponder.
Gives us
Standby.
time.
Fuel.
Loaded and verified.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
External lighting.
Off.
Window heat.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Passenger signs.
Off.
Checklist complete.
Okay, so he's going to go to the right frequency.
Clear delivery. Lufthansa A082 with the ATC request clearance.
Lufthansa A082, clear to Echo Delta Delta Hotel via Mike Alpha Romeo Uniform 3 Romeo departure, and then as filed.
the one we
Climb and
filed.
maintain flight level 60. Expect flight level 300 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.15. Walk 7477. UNH 1009er.
That's not the exact correct departure. Pro
Clear
ADC
Mike
will
Alpha
put it in.
Romeo Uniform 3 Romeo departure. Climb into flight level 60.
I think it might be a different
Flight level
departure, but that doesn't
300
matter.
Within 10 minutes after departure.
So 6,000
0.15, squawk 7477.
is our initial.
09, Lufthansa A321.
I don't know why the call
Lufthansa
sign
A321.
is not changing.
Read that correct. Contact
To be
ground on
perfectly honest with
121.8.
because
Roger.
I changed it to 3.6.
Lufthansa
But,
8082.
you know, that is what it is. So we're good. They're going to board. We'll stick with our call sign, which is a little strange, but we'll go with it. We're just going to go and check that this aircraft is assigned, which it is. We're also going to go at 32,000 at 0.80. Everything else is good. As you can see, our flight plan has been loaded, which we will go and take a look at. Yeah, we are in M1. So here we are. We do need to add a runway here. So yeah, we are going to be off 1A, as you can see, because Pro ATC X has added a waypoint in, a vector waypoint or something, I assume, which is 18. Switch to the outside view, we can see, yeah, still got our trucks in position, helping board our passengers, which we're now on 60. So let's go and add the runway to our departure. Use in flight plan. We probably won't need that because I'm going to probably warp us there with GSX, which usually works better with Pro ADC, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of it. That was nice. I heard a flight attendant telling someone about the tray table. Right, P3d is going to do its weird tramp thing where I have to recycle it, and of course it is, before I can access it. Wow, these passengers are slow at boarding. At least it's realistic. I love how you hear the same kid throughout this thing. He's saying, "Stop it," or whatever he's saying. Like, you just keep hearing that same sound clip. And then on arrival, let's have a look what it's planning. Hello, whoever you are. So we're coming in on 2-3. That doesn't look like an ILS to me. So that's interesting. I'm gonna go and take a quick look what approaches we've got for runway 23, because I kind of feel like we may may well have to leave tramp in M1 for this. I'm not sure what approach it's gonna have us in on, because it hasn't added the ILS waypoints, which isn't really a problem. It just means we're going to have a little bit of an interesting approach. Okay, let me check. Oh, what's that? Hello, there's our truck moving away, I think, or reversing. So they do have an ILS 2-3, so I don't quite know whether it has put those approach waypoints in for the ILS. I think it should have. It might be this NDM. NDM23, what is that? What is an NDM approach? Cross that. So I think they are loading the baggage, actually, that's what they're doing. Yep. Very nice. I think we're going to do this NDM approach. I don't know what that means. But alright, we're going to go with it. NDM. Okay. Someone who is You know, a real world flyer may be able to enlighten me. Or something, I'm not sure, but yeah. Yeah, it's... That is an interesting one. Well, it's no matter, we can always leave Tramp in M1 and fly the approach down. We will see what they say when we get there. Now, I haven't got servo autopilot on, I want to enter things manually. Because it's good practice to do that for VATSIM, actually, and I wanted to try that for this flight. Right, we are good, pretty much. Let's just make sure our altimeter's all set. They are still loading our bags, which we can probably get a nicer view at if we go there. Okay, so the passengers are coming on board slowly. The bags are coming on very fast. Which is always good. And then we are about, well, we're not... Oh, it's still on 53, okay. Yeah, we're not too far off, getting ready to head out of here. On this little little short flight down to Hamburg. Never been into Hamburg. So I don't think there's much else we need to do. Oh, I probably should add runway 18 into Tramp for arrival. That is one little thing I can do while I'm here. Again, we don't really need it, but I just like to add the departure and arrival runways as a point of sort of good practice. But I don't usually bother, you know, I mean, to use them, because GSX can warp me there faster, and of course the arrival runway, well, if we actually had an ILS it wouldn't matter, but because the waypoints are already in there to capture the ILS. But let's put it in for the sake of it. Monday 23. All looks good. 127 out of 214 aboard. This is going to be a heavy aircraft. We are going to have a lot of people on board. So we're going to go toga. We're not going to go max power, but we're just going to go toga today. I mean, obviously toga is the kind of official rating, but unfortunately we can't do performance calculations. So we have two choices. You either go toga, or you ram the throttle to 100% on your throttle quadrant, which often produces higher power than toga. Right. So that is good. That is very good. We are all set. And they are still boarding. And then we will get ready for pushback and get out of here. So let's go and take a quick look at the weather, shall we? So we really just want the winds. So it's 19014 knots. I'm not doing this flight on VATSIM, so we don't have to worry about the usual runway deviation. We can look at all this. That bag. You know, it all looks relatively standard. Let's have a look. Let's go and take a quick look at our arrival weather. I don't usually do all this, but since we have the time, we may as well do a full briefing. EDDH Meta. There's a truck driving away. I guess that's our baggage completed. I really just want the winds, to be honest. Yeah, 21009, so they're perfectly placed for runway 23, and so we're nearly done with our baggage. He's driving away. Yeah, we're perfectly placed for that runway, and the winds don't look too strong, which is always good. Right, so our baggage is nearly all on. We are still waiting on our passengers to get a move on and get their asses in their seats, which they haven't done yet, all of them. but of course it is a big aircraft and these things take time.
EDDH 150X/214 passengers boarded.
Right, we're getting there now. We're getting there now.
EDDH baggage loading progress 93%.
Baggage loading is almost done by the looks of things.
EDDH 161/214 passengers boarded.
So, departure procedures for the aircraft. We're going to push out as normal. We're going to warp to the runway. Hopefully Pro ADC will give us takeoff clearance. Sometimes it bugs out and just tells us to line up and wait because we're not quite on the marks, I guess, the exact position that we need to be at. So that's when we'll just take off anyway. This aircraft has a tendency to stall if, for some reason, if you put the autopilot in before you start the takeoff roll, so it'll stall when you get in the air. I think it's something to do with altitude hold. So after we pass 80 knots, which the aircraft should call out, I will engage, hello, whoever you are, I will engage the altitude. Sorry, not the altitude, the autopilot myself with the fly plan command to engage the autopilot and fly plan. And you know, we should lift off as normal. It's going to be quite a long takeoff roll because we're heavy. But that's fine, we've got a nice long runway, and I'm not going to put the TFM bank thing on and try and correct with the stick because we're not on BATSIM, so as long as we get airborne I don't really care if we deviate a little bit, so it's not too much of a problem today. So our trucks are all driving away. I think they've finished our baggage pretty much, and there's just the last 30 or so something passengers to get on board, and then we should be ready to close ourselves up and get out of here. There we go, 182 out of 214, so a few to go. If anybody is wondering, these truck sounds aren't default, and all the sounds, they are from GSX Sound Pack. Alright, so he's going to go bye-bye. And yeah, we're just going to wait for boarding to complete itself. Everything's set up with the autopilot. We will of course need to contact ground after this, so actually we can do that now.
Ground Lufthansa A321, request start up and pushback.
Lufthansa 8082, start up and pushback approved.
Approved. Lufthansa A321.
Good, because we're going to be very shortly pushing back, literally just as soon as these last few passengers have got on. She didn't sound very German, did she?
EDDH 199/214 passengers boarded. EDDH 202/214 passengers boarded. EDDH 204/214 passengers boarded. EDDH 206/214 passengers boarded. EDDH 209/214 passengers boarded.
Right, so we are very close to being fully boarded.
EDDH 211/214 passengers boarded.
Last few people are going to get on, and literally we're done.
EDDH 214/214 passengers
Baggage
boarded.
handling complete and the aircraft's clear.
Right, oh I didn't know I did that. So, that is done. Baggage handling, as he said, is complete. Let's get all our doors closed up whilst we can. Yeah.
4. Door closed.
Right, good. They are now all closed up. All goes very quiet all of a sudden, doesn't it? I don't quite know what they're doing.
Command. ESX waiting for your action. Close section 1.
Ah, that was fine, yeah. Well, we did. I don't know if we have to wait for anything now to tell us that it was all complete. Is that truck coming to us, or is he gonna... he's gonna disappear, okay. Right, I think we're about ready to get out of here.
ESX activate ground services. Activate ground services 1. Everything no longer available. 2. Catering service completed. 3.
So,
Fueling 4. Boarding completed 5.
Boarding
Prepare for pushback and
completed
departure.
5. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. We'll get our pushback and departure going. Something's supposed to happen there.
Command.
Hello?
ESX activate ground services. Activate ground services 1. Everything.
Let me just...
ESX activate ground services. Activate ground services 1. Everything no longer available. 2. Catering service completed 3. Request refueling 4. Boarding completed 5. Prepare for pushback and departure. 5.
Yeah, prepare for pushback and departure, please.
S. 5.
That's quite interesting. I wonder if GSX is...
ESX menu. Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin. ESX activate ground services. Activate ground services 5. ESX departure clearance requested.
Ah, there we go. Nope, we're fine. There we go, that's better. Here we go.
ESX token in motion.
Don't know what happened before. I think we're going to have a UK voice. I don't know which one I need to select to have a German voice. I don't know. I'll have to try that next time. Anyway, here's our guy on his way.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Oh, no, he kind of is a German. I don't know, is he German? I think he's German. He's a foreign guy anyway, he's not English. It's useful.
Locking gear.
ESX locking gear.
Right, he is locking. Yeah, I think he is German, so it does work. Very nice. Very nice. So the actual pushback voices get changed depending on where you're flying. That's cool. So, let's just do a typical pushback.
Pushback completed. Pipe has been inserted. Release parking brakes.
Let's release our parking brakes for him.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Right, so we can start engines.
Number 1 starter engaged. Number 1 5% and 2.
While he gives us a little pushback here to get us out of this very beautiful stand, I'm sure, but we are no longer staying here. So there we go, we're on the move. Engine 1 is coming to life and he's pushing us back.
Number 1 10 L20. Number 1 5% and 1. Number 1 10 1350. Number 1 starter off. Number 2 starter engaged. Number 2 5% and 2. Number 2 generator active. Number 2 low.
Okay. Number 1 is pretty much alive, number 2's coming.
Ground Adrian 113 is clear of the runway. Request taxi to parking.
Oh, there's another aircraft.
Adria 113.
Airways.
Taxi via Victor to gate
Interesting.
268.
By Victor Charlie to gate 268. Adrian 113.
Right, well, our engines are pretty much coming to life. We've just got number 2, I think, still coming up a little bit. Of course, these IAEs take such a long time to start.
Set parking brakes.
Alright, so parking brakes are set, and our engines are pretty much good. There we go. So we've got a good engine start, which we pretty much do. Yep. We're pretty much fabulous on those engines. They're all coming up. These IAEs take a while to start and even longer to warm themselves up.
Unlocking gear.
But I promise you'll hear them when we get on takeoff roll. They are, well, they sound beautiful. Oh, there's MSATC. Ha! Laugh out loud. I need to turn that off, really. Oh, well, at least we can hear what aircraft are around as well, because some aircraft don't appear on Pro
Tow
ADC.
truck disconnected. Titles being removed.
Right, see you later, Guy. We will probably see you when we return to Frankfurt, which is not going to be today, but probably later this week. So we're going to wait for him to just disappear, and then we will grab, in fact we may as well grab
Grand Lufthansa 8082.
taxi clearance.
Request taxi.
Lufthansa 8082.
Clear,
Taxi
right is clear.
Mike November to runway 18.
Okay, and
Via
he's
Mike
clear.
November, runway 18. Lufthansa 8082.
Perfect. Let's wait for him to leave us then, so we're not going to hit him, and then we will just walk to the runway. I think he's... Yeah, there we go. Have a good trip. So he's pretty much done. If we hit the GSX menu, there we go. So let's see. Runway 18 start. No, we just want to be warped there. that little sound is quite funny.
Lufthansa 8082. Contact tower on 136.5.
136.5.
Let's go over the tower. Let's put our pitot heat on. Let's make sure our altimeter is good. Oh, we need a contact tower, don't we? Yeah.
8082. Holding short,
Shush.
runway 18. Ready for departure.
Lufthansa 8082. Line up runway 18.
Ah, yeah, so they're going to tell us to line up,
Lufthansa
which is basically our
8082.
takeoff clearance. Let me just check a few things. That our pitot heat did come on, which it did. We can turn our auto throttle on. As I say, we're going to put our autopilot in as we roll. I think we are good to head out of here. Of course, we want about 6,000 on the initial altitude. Hopefully they're going to give us high, so we don't have to worry about that, but we will see. I think we're good. So let's just put a bit of power in. 40%. Parking brakes released. And tow go. Let's go. There's 80 knots. Autopilot can go in.
V1. Rotate. V2.
V1. Rotate.
Oh, we
V2.
go.
Positive climb. Gear up.
Positive climb. Gear up.
Departure Lufthansa 8082. With you passing 1,200 for flight level 60.
Lufthansa 8082. Radar contact cleared by the Mike Alpha Romeo Uniform 3 Romeo. Departure climb to flight level 130.
Via Mike Alpha Romeo Uniform 3 Romeo. Departure climbing to flight level 130. Lufthansa 8082.
Ah, that's a Morse code thing. I don't know why it's doing that. We're going to ignore that. And yeah, that's something to do with the hotkeys, because I had to change my hotkeys to Control 1 and Control 2 in Pro ADC. Hopefully that'll disappear. But for now, let's go and set our initial altitude. That's very annoying. Anyway, so he wants us up to 6,000, didn't he? I have my golden cursor profile. Altitude box. Left click. Yeah, Morse code. Or the nav thing, ignore that. Gosh, this left click takes a long time. There we go. Ah, for some reason it didn't actually put me in the box completely, but we got it in, no worries. Oh, yeah, hopefully that's going to disappear. So here we go, leveling out.
Next waypoint, MTR distance 25.1 miles. Bearing 17. 4 minutes, 24 seconds.
Lufthansa 8082. Climb and maintain flight level 300.
Right.
Climb and maintain flight level 300. Lufthansa 8082.
Up we go then to 32,000.
Spoilers retracted.
Maybe, sorry, 300. Maybe he already gave us that and I missed it. Probably. But, you know.
Lockheed Martin register P3d register V4.
Yeah, that's a very annoying sound. Very, very annoying.
feet.
Wonder if,
Lockheed Martin
no, you can't even go to the outside view. Hmm.
8,000 feet.
Well, we're getting some beautiful views and we're climbing beautifully. Let's recycle our altimeter over to the latest setting. Unfortunately, there's absolutely nothing I can do about that noise at the moment. I'm just going to have to hope that it stops. Oh, shush.
9,000 feet.
Well, we're climbing beautifully up to our altitude, which initially I think is going to be 300, and hopefully we get a clearance up to 32.
Hold on.
I can't even go to the desktop, it still does it.
10,000 feet.
That's some beautiful power out of those things.
feet. Feet. 14,000 feet.
Right, we're still getting these beautiful views. Unfortunately, yeah, that noise is still there. I wish I knew how to stop it, but it's something to do with the fact we have to use controls for Pro ADC. Ah, God, yeah. I think that may have stopped it. I think with Control 1...
16,000 feet.
I think with Control 1, which is what I was using for Pro ADC, I may have stopped it. For some reason we had the VOR ident on. Even VOR 1 ident. Alright, beautiful. We've stopped it. We're good. Sorry about that. Minor annoyance. I know, you know, we wouldn't want that going off for the entire flight, so I'm glad we stopped that.
Lufthansa 8082. Contact Frankfurt on 119er 07.
Right, so we're over to Frankfurt. Probably a Centaur. We are following the flight plan as
Frankfurt,
in
Lufthansa
Tramp from Pro ADC.
Passing flight level 170 for flight level 300.
Hopefully he gives us a climb up higher. It's the same guy.
Continue own navigation.
Roger, Lufthansa.
Can't believe it's the same guy. I hate that when you get the same pilot voice. They should really make a feature so you don't have that. Anyway, this, for people who are wondering, is the Sky High sound pack for the Airbus. Every time somebody wants to fly the Airbus, I recommend this plane to them, and sorry, not this plane, this sound pack. Thank you, Airbus. Smart plane. Yay, just cycled their altimeter over to 29902, standard. So off we go, and hopefully we can land properly, and takeoff was pretty good. Bit of a long takeoff roll, as I said it would be, because we're a heavy aircraft. Not as heavy as the 321 could be, but we had a full load of people, or a full load of payload, and we only went flaps 1 on that takeoff. Of course, the good thing about the warping that I've found is when you set flaps on stand, you can warp and they'll stay out onto the runway. You won't, because sometimes when you skip to the runway with Tramp, if you'd already extended your flaps or something, they would go straight back in, which is very annoying for VATSIM, because you want to spend as little time on that runway as possible. Right, so yeah, we're good. We're good. We're enjoying ourselves here. Up at 20,000, 190, 89 now. So yeah, I'm not sure why we're only climbing to flight level 300 still. It may well be that they've decided that 320 is too high for us. So I'll make sure I stop our climb before then. That's you know, it doesn't really matter. We can easily do that.
Hey. 22,000 feet.
Oh, what a beautiful flyby. We've got to have another one. That is a beautiful flyby. It's even better when we get up to higher altitudes.
Next waypoint, bearing distance 9.9 miles. Bearing 340, 1 minute 22 seconds.
Oh. Just hear those engines roar. And then the pictures as it goes past, yeah, beautiful.
Hey.
That's right up at the front of the engines. It's right up to the back of the plane.
23,000 feet.
If we continue, nice and quiet back here. Alright, head back inside. Don't think we can pan very much inside. Yeah. You don't really hear the sound change. We do still pan, but yeah. Right. We will continue on our way up to 300.
Next waypoint, Yamato distance 15.2 miles. Bearing 39, 2 minutes 5 seconds. 24,000 feet. 25,000 feet.
We go through 25,000, the Airbus always does that as we pass through 25,000. Now, bit of an arrival briefing for you here. So, yeah, this aircraft is beautiful, but for some reason the call-outs don't work in the A321. 18, 19, 20, they all work. 321, nah, you don't get any call-outs. Which means we're going to be relying on TFM's call-outs, and I'm not currently on the version which uses the radio altimeter, so it's going to be a little bit delayed. So we're going to aim to idle the throttles at about 40 or 30 feet because we're going to be a little bit lower than that. And yeah, we're going to try and flare as well. You don't need to flare this thing much at all. But yes, so if you're wondering when we come down why we have the TFM call-outs and why I flare and bring the power back, or retard as the Airbus would say, a little bit early, it's because of that. So it's still perfectly flyable, and it will be even more so when I get the version which uses the radio altimeter, which is coming. Jason is just adding a few more things. He may have already published it on the development branch of GitHub, but I usually stay away from those unless I'm testing something specific. Oh, hello. I wondered if we'd meet again.
27,000 feet.
I wondered if we would meet again. I think that's a different one. That's a different nav radio. Well, it's stopped for now. I'll keep an eye on it. It's basically the reason that it happens is because okay, it wasn't that one.
Say again. Lufthansa A321.
Whoops.
Lufthansa A321 identified. Continue own navigation.
It's because I did control 3.
Lufthansa A321.
Yes, so basically because if you do 1, 2, 3 and 4 for GSX and I need those to close the doors to be able to hit 1, 2, 3, 4 to close all the doors, it will end up conflicting basically. Alright. It's not that. I wonder if it's control 4. Try that. Anyway, we need to go up to 30,000, so let me just go in here and change our altitude to 30,000, which, of course, I could have Pro ATC X doing this for me in a way, but I like to take control of this, especially on approach. So we'll set our altitude to that so we don't climb through it. As I say, it is good practice for VATSIM, and I would actually recommend anyone who's considering VATSIM to use Pro ATC. It isn't my favourite ATC add-on by any means because it is a bit iffy on approach, but doing this, actually not having serve autopilot on and taking control of the plane like this, putting altitudes in as they tell you to descend, is some good practice for VATSIM. It isn't perfect, but it is some good practice. Okay, so we're leveling out here.
Lufthansa A321, contact Frankfurt on 127.907.
And we're heading over to Frankfurt.
127.907. Lufthansa A321.
So
Frankfurt, Lufthansa A321 with you at flight level 300.
Lufthansa 8082 identified. Continue as planned.
okay, so they want us to continue. They're going to keep us at flight level 300, which is fair enough, I guess, if they want to do that. That's doable. It also means that our max speed, however, is going to be a little bit slower. So I'm just going to bump us up to 0.78 because there's no need for us to stick at 0.76. We can go faster at this altitude. So I'm just going to do that. I need to remember to give it back control of the speed, of course, on descent. But yeah, it seems we solved the other beeping issue. Hopefully we have solved that for good, and that's not going to come back again. So yeah, this is us up at cruise, flight level 300. all good. I do enjoy these sounds now, especially that I've got rid of the annoying wind sound, which was way too loud. It's still there, but just at a nice level. So we're now at 78. Let's take a look. 142, 436 knots, perfectly acceptable ground speed. It's a short flight anyway, so there's no need for us to rush. Let's get a bit of a flyby. Oh, look at this. Oof. Here she comes. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, let's get another one.
Lufthansa A321. Contact Bremen on 118.05.
118.05.
Over to Bremen now for us. Okay.
Bremen, Lufthansa 8082, with you at flight level 300.
Lufthansa 8082, roger, follow route.
Okay, so over to Bremen, we're going to continue as we are. So, we'll continue our little arrival briefing. So as I said, yeah, that's the plan for the landing. We're going to stick in M1 for the approach and see what approach they actually clear us for. It's going to be runway 23, I'm pretty sure, but we don't actually know what approach. So we are going to, if it's a different approach like an ILS, I don't think we have the ILS in, so I'll go and reassign the ILS. If it is this random approach that they're trying to get us on, this DNM or whatever it was, then we will go for that. We'll stick in M1. We will follow their vectors until we need to actually give Tramp back control of everything. When they say cleared for the approach, we'll do that. So we should be good. That's pretty much going to be our arrival into Hamburg. Up to the front. IAEs. Yeah, IAEs are my favourite Airbus engine, I'd say. CFM's just... they're cool. I like the CFMs and I like the 5As. But these are, yeah, these are something special, the IAEs.
Lufthansa 8082, descend to flight level 240.
Descend into flight level 240.
Alright, so we are on our way down by the looks of things by now. So let's jump into Tramp over here if it's going to cooperate, which it will do slowly, as it always does. And we are going to go... Here we go. Still let me check I'm in the right box.
Lufthansa 8082, descend to flight level 240.
Yeah, alright buddy, we'll get into it. Calm yourself. It was only a few seconds ago you told us. Right, recycle our altitude down to 24,000. Let's just go with a nice leisurely descent of minus 1600 FPM. Pretty much. Should be good. Should be good. Let's hear these spool down, shall we? Very short cruise there, 5 or 10 minutes. That's pretty much this flight. It is a very short one. Alright. So, now our Mach speed... yeah, it's still there. I will give it back control. And it should be able to deal with our speed. So, yeah, we're all prepared for our arrival. Let's see how it goes, really. We're still just gonna descend here at a nice leisurely pace. There's no rush at all to get down, because we all know Pro ADC always tries to descend us very early.
Lufthansa 8082, descend to flight level 160. Descend into flight level 160. Lufthansa 8082.
Alright, now they want us down to 160, so they've given us that a little bit early. But that's perfectly fine. Let's jump in here as well. Make sure our altitude is now set down to 16,000. We'll keep that descent going all the way. Vertical speed should be good at the moment. I'm pretty sure this has hold of the airspeed. There we go. Now it has hold of the airspeed. It's a little bit better for us right there, isn't it? But it's going to slow us down a little bit, as is appropriate. You can hear the spoilers threw themselves out just to help us a little bit there, because we were a little bit fast to 305. We need to come down. So let's go take a look, shall we? 93 nautical miles, so we're coming down right. Got a nice ground speed still, so we're in no trouble with that. Right, so we're looking good still. Mach, yeah, I'm just checking that airspeed is coming back, which I think it is. I think we're good. I'll check. We're back to 250 when we're below 10. We are looking good on that altitude. In fact, we probably don't even need to be descending anywhere near this fast. Let's just smooth that out to like minus 1500, shall we? Just bring that back. It's really just a little bit because, you know, we're looking nicely on profile.
Spoilers retracted. $21,000 feet. Closest city, Düsseldorf, East Lower Saxony, 0.5 miles, bearing 342.
Lufthansa A321, descent to flight level 110.
Descending to flight level 110.
Alright, so altimeter's reset itself, we're clearly through 18,000. We also need, as he said, to now head down to 11,000. Perfect. We'll continue this nice descent rate going, because, you know, it's worked out well for us so far. Airspeed is looking... I think we're good, Let me just... See, the problem is we can never really check. But it looks like Tramp has control. I just wanted to check that I actually got that box checked for Tramp to have control. Anyway, we're looking good. Through 16,700, so, as you just heard, we're making good progress. Alright.
$16,000 feet. $15,000 feet.
Lufthansa 8082, descent to flight level 110. Expect November, Oscar, Lima, Golf 3, Alpha. Expect ILS approach, runway 23, transition, Lima, Bravo, Victor.
Descending to flight level 110. November, Oscar, Lima, Golf 3, Alpha,
Okay, so,
approach, runway 23.
yeah, this is still going to attempt for an ILS runway 23, which is perfectly fine, but it does mean I'm going to go and prepare for this, because we need to have that in. So, we're going bold, then there's an all-go. LBV, that looks like part of the arrival.
Lufthansa 8082, descend to flight level 110, contact approach on
Right,
134.25.
over the approach.
Descending to flight level 110. 134.25.
I think we just need to get rid of that. And that.
Approach, Lufthansa A321.
And that.
With you passing flight level 130.
And then go here.
Lufthansa 8082. Expect November, Oscar, Lima, Golf 3,
Yes,
Alpha,
yes,
arrival
yes,
route.
we'll
Expect
expect that.
ILS, approach runway 23. Transition, Lima, Bravo, Victor.
November, Oscar, Lima, Golf 3, Alpha, ILS, approach, runway 23. Transition, Lima, Bravo, Victor, Lufthansa 8082.
Go here. I forget what transition he said. I'm just going to put an ILS 23 here. Yeah, he... So Pro ADC put a very weird approach in, which didn't really look right to me. May well have been an ILS, but I didn't see it. It didn't look right to me, so that's why I just associated it instead. Right, let's just get back into tramp, but we're good. We're still heading down, and as far as I can see, let's see our one half thing. Let's just put it back on our plan view. Don't think the guy gave us a further descent, so we're cycle our altimeter. Yeah, so we're currently just sat here at 11k. Now, what was our next waypoint? Mulgo. Okay, so that's good. I think we're fine. Yes, we are. We are a little bit low. Yeah. By the looks of this, let me check how far is that ILS approach going to be. I just want to check this to see whether it looks right. Yeah, 12. That looks like 12.6 actually. So in fact, that's going to be a very nice ILS approach. Very short little ILS approach. That's at 4,000. Then we should be straight onto the ILS. All right, looks good. Looks good. So he's just going to keep us at this altitude at the moment, by the looks of it. Yeah. Okay. Which is perfectly fine. As I say, Pro ADC has a habit of descending you quite early, which often means you will sit at an altitude for quite a while, because they then realise, hey, he's a bit low, let's keep him at that altitude. So that's fine, but we're with approach, so. Our airspeed still 295. I wonder if we should perhaps start bringing that back a little bit early, to be fair. So I'm just going to bring this back to about 280, and then when we actually start our descent again, I'll give tramp back control of our speed. Let's just bring this back, yeah, to 280. 295 is a little bit fast to be at this altitude.
Next waypoint, ham, distance 23.2 miles. Bearing 5, 3 minutes, 41 seconds.
Lufthansa A321, descent of 6,000,
Yeah, down to
QNH
6,000.
995. Cleared via November, Oscar Lima, Golf 3, Alpha arrival route, expect ILS, approach runway 23. Transition,
we'll
Lima,
expect
Bravo,
that.
Victor.
0, 0.
Yeah, I probably didn't put the transition one in, but doesn't matter.
November, Oscar
Probably
Lima,
see
Golf
can
3, Alpha,
ILS
approach,
deal with it.
runway
Right,
2.
let's put a nice
Transition, Lima, Bravo, Victor, Lufthansa
descent in there. Down we go. And all should be good for us. Yeah, maybe what Pro ADC put in was an ILS, but I wasn't going to risk it. The waypoints looked a little bit weird, not how they would usually look, so it's always better to associate anyway. Right, we're good. Airspeed is still at 280. I'm not going to give it back to Tramp until we hit 10,000 because we need to get it slowed to 250, not speed up. Yeah, as soon as we get past 10,000 here, I'll give Tramp speed. Right, let's give Tramp back control of our speed. And it can bring us back as it's going to 250 knots. Perfect.
Lufthansa 8082, descent of 4,000, QNH 995, speed 2250.
Well, our speed is coming back. We're probably a little bit should have done that earlier, but whatever. And they want us down to 4,000. I don't know how far we're out, but I think we should be good just to... Yeah, we'll leave our descent made as is. I think they always try to descend us too early. We're in no rush at all. No rush at all.
feet. Command. Next waypoint, ham, distance 5.5 miles. Bearing 4, 1 minute, 1 second.
Okay, so we're coming in, I'm guessing that's a Hamburg VOR maybe or something, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to crank our vertical speed down a little bit. Never hurts to be down early. I'm always trying to calculate what I think we need, and that's probably going to give us a little bit above our vertical speed, so we'll just increase it by 100 feet per minute a little bit. It's not going to make much of a difference, but it should help. Well, we haven't heard much of a traffic, just that Adria Airways thing that was coming in at Frankfurt, so yeah, Pro ADC does not seem to actually give much traffic, to be honest.
5 minutes, 30 seconds.
Ah, right, I think we still have a little bit further to go, so I'm just going to bring our vertical speed back now to like minus 1400, because I think maybe yeah, we should have a lot of time actually, because we've still got this LBV to go to, so I think we're going to be good on our speed. We can bring that back. We're already at 5300, so we will continue the descent. I imagine he's going to give us vectors relatively soon. If he is going to bother with vectors or just clear us, we shall see. Let's get a few views in, shall we? Coming through 5k. It's the back of the plane. And we'll head right back up front. There's those IAEs. So powerful for the Airbus. They're not got much power in at all. Right, we're going to level off in a second at 4K as he instructed. We don't have too much further to go. As I say, we are a little bit low. We don't need to quite be this low this early, but you know, it's perfectly fine. We can stay here. As you can hear, engines powering up slightly, so we are just leveling off.
Selection removed. feet.
Right, there goes 4,000 feet. 17 away from this, so we're going to just stick at 4,000, I think, for a little bit. Airspeed's still at 250. Vertical speed is there.
Lufthansa 8082. Cleared ILS, approach runway 23. Transition, Lima Bravo Victor.
ILS approach, runway 23.
So,
Transition, Lima
first thing
Bravo
we're going to
Victor,
do
Lufthansa 8082.
is recheck our altitude box.
Localizer is alive.
That's
one has
beautiful.
localizer.
Well, there's our localizer. We haven't quite got a glide slope yet, so we're not quite going to go over to M2 and put approach mode on, but we have got the localizer. Hopefully we do get the glide slope. Altitude has been set to 1300. We're still leveled off here for the moment because we're not quite ready to descend. Hopefully our speed is going to come back soon, which I assume it will. Tramp is still in control, so we're just going to wait before we go to M2. As you can see, we have got the localizer. We just picked that up, so that's good. To recycle our altimeter for a start, just to make sure that we are good. Let's get some flaps going out as well, because we are at 4,000. It's flaps 10 for now. Of course, the power is going to come in to help maintain that speed. Okay, so we're still at 250 knots for now. Maintaining 4,000. As I say, Pro ADC does descend you very early, by the looks of it. But we do have the localizer, which is always a good start. So, yeah, we'll stick at flaps 10 for now. We check that box because yeah, I think we're good. Probably just still a little while away, which is why we're still at 250. Just want to make sure that that speed does come back, because that is a bug with Tramp. That has happened before, but we're good. We are good.
Command.
So we're going to LBV now, by the looks of it, and then we're going to be on to our ILS approach.
Turn left, heading 260.
Okay, so they want us to turn left heading...
Lufthansa
Yeah,
8082.
that'll be because...
8082, clear direct to Delta 066 Victor, intersection. Turn right, heading 070. Maintain present altitude.
Clear Delta 066 Victor, intersection. Right.
Okay, well I'll go and check if we actually have that.
Lufthansa 8082.
There we go, the speed's starting to come back. Now, we may have to ignore Pro ATC because I think that's probably a point on the approach. And, you know, we don't have that point. Oh, no. Oh, we're already going direct there, I think. LBV, yes, so we're already going direct there. So, that's perfectly fine for us. We don't need to do anything that he says at the moment. We're already heading there. It's probably just Tramp doing things a little bit late as usual, no problems. So Tramp still has control. We are waiting for the glide slope. If we get the glide slope, that's fine. We can easily, you know, we can easily turn on M2. If we don't, we'll just stick in M1. So airspeed is coming back through 230. Let's get a bit more flap out of flap 15, shall we here? So that we're ready, we've got to be ready for when we actually descend. Keep making sure we get our altimeter as well, because this low down, it will keep changing. Okay, so all is looking good so far. Speed is coming back nicely. As I said, we still don't have the glide slope, but that could change. Right. Okay, so we're coming to 225. I'm kind of reluctant to put out any more flap until we actually descend, which is alright. We can wait. But we're doing good. 220.
0% right.
Lufthansa 8082, descent of 3,100.
Descent to 3,100. Lufthansa.
Yeah, they want us down to 3,100.
0% right.
I'm not sure that I'm going to mess with Tramp, to be honest, with the altitude, because yeah, I don't think we really need to. Yeah, there's our glide slope. So I think what we can do now is go over to M1 or the M switch, flick it over to M2 and hit our approach switch right there.
Lufthansa 8082, descent of 3,000, final approach speed, contact tower at the marker, frequency is 126.85.
Alright, so we'll see him later.
3,000 cleared, approach, tower at the marker, 126.85, Lufthansa 8082.
So yeah, we're still leveled off at this altitude.
Tower, Lufthansa 8082, on final, runway 23.
Lufthansa 8082, slow to final approach speed, QNH 995, clear to land runway 23.
Final approach speed, QNH 995.
There goes heading lock.
Clear to land runway 23. Lufthansa 8082.
Which is always good. Airspeed's coming back nicely. We haven't quite grabbed the glide slope yet, and I'm hoping we'll be able to grab it from this high up. To be honest with you, but we should be okay. Maybe we should have descended a bit, but we'll see how we go. Have we just grabbed the glide slope? Quite possibly, because we're doing a little bit of a climb there, which often happens when the glide slope is captured.
Minus 52 feet per minute.
Looks like that's probably the case.
Minus 59 feet per minute. Command, minus 36 feet per minute.
Maybe not.
Vertical speed at red only. 000. FT/in. Airspeed at red only. 175. FT/in. Vertical speed at red only. 000. All check box checked. Altitude at red only. 01300.
Well, there's our next waypoint.
All check box checked. Vertical speed at red only. 000.
But tramp is still not descending. But okay, we're gonna give it a little bit.
Airspeed at red only. 170.
I don't want to go too fast. Let's get a bit more flap out.
Flaps 21. 94% right.
So we're going to be getting the glide slope from above here, which is a little bit interesting.
FT/in. Airspeed at red only. 160.
I hope Tramp's not going to do this thing where it shuts off the autopilot.
Top. Descend to 3000. Plant pools. Fine. FRS descend to 13. 1 EDDH. 4.7 M01. Star SR double.
Yeah, we're very, very high.
0130. 0130. Alt. 000. FT/in. 000. Activate. Vertical speed edit.
I'm going to put like
selection remove. 0.
negative 2000 in there. Hopefully we can grab the glide slope. We may well have missed it by now. We'll see.
Right. 4,000 feet.
We'll see what we can do.
FT/in. Airspeed at red only. 150. FT/in.
Let's get full flap out.
Flaps 25.
It's going to be a very interesting approach, I'll tell you that much.
996. 29.4 inches. 94% right.
Let's get gear down early, very early, I'm well aware. In terms of altitude anyway, not early in terms of distance. But we need to keep that speed since we are going to be descending quite a bit.
94% right.
But we need to get that glide slope. I wonder if we were just a little bit too high at where we were at, which was 4,000. I mean, they did want us down to 3,100. How much difference that'll make, I'm not entirely sure, but there we go.
94% right. 2,000 feet. 44%.
I'm not sure whether we have got the glide slope because, well, very little is happening here.
Command. Minus 1883 feet per minute. 94% right.
So we're going to level at 1300 here.
Airspeed at red only. 140.
This is a bit of a strange approach. But, yeah.
Autopilot master off. Auto throttle off. Altitude lock off. Approach mode off. Airspeed hold off. 0% right.
This is because, yeah, I think we should have descended earlier. 1 second. Let's see if we can come back round.
RIP 15, 120, RIP 15, 15, RIP 15, 15, 1, D0, bullet PR, RAR 15, minus 2, S, LDVD greater 2, S9, R18, S, LDVD greater 262,
Let's see if we can come back around.
LDV, route D greater, course 262, Alt FT 9774, ATS 281, leg M 22.3, time 04048, fuel OBS 447.0, Fred 115.10.
So let's just go. Well, we're very low now, aren't we? See, this is the problem we're having with Tram, that it doesn't create. It never creates its own vertical profile. When really it should have been descending there itself.
Course 66, Alt FT 4061, ATS 231, context menu, flight plan from derail. Set altitude, speed, clear altitude, turn bearing flaps, rename available, turn set simulator process, release procedure, set clear altitude, speed, turn bearing flaps, rename, release, set clear altitude, flight to US, skip to US.
Skip to here.
RVD register P4. That's the best ramp.
But we also need to go. Yeah, we also need to go M1, don't we? Really?
Altitude. 23. HTV check. Autopilot check. M button. Activate. Altitude lock active.
Right, let's do you. Yeah. Alright.
Altitude set to 1300. Altimeter 995. 29.39 inches. 55%. 0% left. Auto. Heading. H. 23 degrees. Max tank. Altitude red only. Altitude red only. 0120.
Okay, one stick at 1300.
000. 57%.
It's a little bit weird, but.
Airspeed at red only. 210. FT/in. Vertical speed at red only. 000. All check box checked.
As I said, it isn't very good at getting...
Heading 1 off. Approach mode active. Heading 1 active. Approach mode off.
Yeah, that's alright. It isn't very good at getting the glide slope. Let's go up to 3100.
0.
Which was
Vertical speed at only 0, 0, 0, 0.
what Pro ADC told us to be at.
Vertical speed at 2, 0, 0, 0.
Let's get up there.
FT/min, 46%. Command. Elbow 1 feet per minute. Command.
That's good, that's good. Yeah, we're good, we're alright. We are stable.
Altimeter 998, 29.47 inches.
Let's head up there and
0% right.
now our flaps and gear are still down, and I'm not going to
Command. 213 knots indicated.
I'm not going to change that because I don't want to mess about with that config.
Alt.
So we're going to just try and grab the ILS now from here.
MRS descent to 3000 FT, 1 EDDH, 15.3 nm, star RSR double list. RAR 15, RAR 15. D066, DD060. Net 1. HDD, 23 degrees tank, 3000
I'd say we should be good now at this altitude to grab the ILS.
M button. Flight plan M1 check box. M button. Activate.
Let's flick over to M2 and put approach mode on. I don't want to go too early, but we should,
93% PSI, 93% left.
I hope, be able to grab the ILS now. Because I think we were just a little bit too high. I think, you know, I was expecting at 4,000 that Tramp would make a vertical profile and descend, because it did have
99% PSI.
zero, you know, it had 1300 in there. So I was like, oh yeah, okay, you're going to descend, Tramp, fine. But it didn't. So we never got the ILS.
Heading 1 off.
Alright, we might be alright. There goes heading lock.
91% left.
And, you know, we've got, looks like we have some form of a glide slope here.
Autopilot check box check. Heading 23 degrees button. Mag. Altitude heading red only, 03100. All check box check. Vertical speed heading red only, 0000. FT/min. Airspeed heading red only, 205. FT/min.
Okay, so our airspeed is okay. Obviously we do have our gear down. This is quite unrealistic. You wouldn't do this usually. You wouldn't be this fast with gear down. But, you know, we're going to have a go. We're going to see if we can get the actual glide slope and get us to descend properly here. Because I want to see if I can prove that it was our altitude.
Now 51% PSI, minus 48% right. Command, 79 feet per minute.
Alright, we're good. We haven't got the glide slope yet. But we are only at 3100.
Altitude set to 1400. Altitude lock off. Now 8% PSI, minus 8% right.
There we go. That's better. Altitude lock is now off. And I think we're heading down.
Airspeed heading red only, 190.
That looks better. I think my theory was correct then. We were a little bit too high. Just by about 900 feet.
17% right.
And that's coming back now better. So our flaps and gear are already out from the previous attempt. Where, you know, I mean, in theory, if you were actually flying, we would have gone around. But of course, we can't go around because, well, that's not how it works. So we skipped there, as if we'd done a full go around. There's 2500. I think, as I say, I think we're good. We actually have the ILS this time.
%0% right.
Very good. Right, I think we're golden this time. I think we're sorted. So our airspeed is 170 and reducing. Our vertical speed is pretty good. Looks like the glide slope has got us, which is always what we want to see. There goes our altitude down to 0 as our glide slope sorts itself out. Very good. Sure, altimeter is on the final setting. Right, about 20 more knots of speed to lose. So we're good. Coming through 1500 AGL, so we're very stable. Much better second time round.
Now 3% PSI. Minus 2% right. Now 8% PSI. Minus 8%
Right, we can close the tramp interface because we are on arrival. We're coming to 1000. I will put the bank and attitude mode on in pretty soon, so I can use my joystick to hopefully very gently pull back.
Now 12% PSI. Minus 11% right.
And we will now. Yeah, Pro ADC didn't hand us off to tower properly, did it? Because we missed the glide slope, but screw Pro ADC. Maybe it'll tell us when we get on the ground that you know, we're cleared to go to a stand or whatever. Right. Okay, we're doing alright. A little bit low on that that glide slope, or a little bit high I should say, but no, it was negative, wasn't it? So we are low. Right, 500. Let's get the attitude mode on. As you can see, quite a high pitch actually, keeping us on that glide slope, which is to be expected because we are a little bit low for some reason. Alright. Here we go. It's going to be my plane very soon. Still a little bit low on that glide slope, but that's as long as we land, no cause for concern. My aircraft. Alright. 100.
Now 54% PSI, 50% left.
Bring that power back.
30, 20, 10.
And we're down. A little bit of a bump there. I probably should have pulled back more, but we already had a very high pitch. It was alright. Brakes.
Lufthansa A321. Gate is left, contact ground on 121.82 knots.
121.82.
60 knots.
Lufthansa A321.
Don't know if it calls out 40. Manual brake. Very good. Brakes out. Very good. Put the parking brake on. We'll turn you off. Let's go over the ground.
Cleared off the runway. Request taxi for parking.
Yes, we are.
A082. Taxi via Uniform Lima Sierra to Terminal 1 Gate 19er.
Terminal 1 Gate 19er.
Via Uniform Lima Sierra to Terminal 1 Gate 19er. Lufthansa 8082.
Oh shush, you fool. Right, we've got rid of that. Let's get GSX up, shall we? I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to go to that particular thing. 5 for gates is what we want. Oh. Yeah, GSX is going to do this weird thing.
GSX select parking facility. Select parking facility at EDDH Hamburg. 1. Runway 5 start.
Okay, we want 5.
GSX select position.
There we go.
All gate position. 1/4. 1. Gate 4 medium / JS.
Gate
4. 2. Gate 5 medium / JS. 3. Gate 6 medium / JS. 4. Gate 7 medium / JS. 5. Gate 8 medium / JS. 6. Gate 15 medium / JS. 7. Gate 16 medium / JS. 8. Gate 17 medium / JS.
Oh, are we going to get 19?
10. Next stage clear. 0% left.
Oh, do I... Maybe if I hit 0? Oh, okay. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're just going to go to a thing. I really don't care.
GSX follow me service. Request follow me.
Doesn't matter.
1. Yes. 2. No. 3. Just warp me there.
3. Yeah, just warp us there. There we go. Right, we're just going to ignore the... well, we can pretty much close Pro ADC at this point. It's, you know, we're not at the exact gate that it assigned us because I'd have to mess about and go to the next page. So that was pretty much successful from Pro ADC though. You know, we'll get our flaps coming in. Make sure our altimeter is cycled, ready for the next flight. Make sure, let me go and just change tramp to M1 so I don't forget, because you can bet I will forget. because we're waiting for the interface to load. Do you press that? So yeah, flight plan M1, and we can go. Oh, actually, I was going to say we can go and get rid of TFM. We can't quite yet. Let's just go engine 1, engine 2. Unfortunately, this doesn't have much of an engine sound, which is the only thing I don't like about this sound pack. But we're down. Let's get door 1 open. Let's get door 2, 3, 4, all the exits. Chuck them open. We can go here. We can request deboarding. Let's go for 2 Lufthansa. Yeah, we got to go Lufthansa. We got to go Lufthansa. We're at Hamburg. So yeah, right. Yeah, who cares? Sode is never available. It's a load of rubbish. Right. Here come all our trucks to take away our passengers who are down safely in Hamburg. Didn't quite all work out as it was supposed to with the approach, but we got down on the second attempt. We'll just class it as a go around. So we'll let these passengers get off. All 214 of them.
Complete and the aircraft's clear.
Well, this not, but okay. Right, you can hear the trucks, you can hear the passengers are getting off, they're going to deboard. All the trucks are going to park up and then get the baggage off. You can hear them. Beautiful. So there we go. Welcome down to Hamburg. Yeah, I can definitely hear the baggage. Let's go and do project fly, shall we? That's 232, a little bit forceful, nothing to worry about though, at all. Yeah. How long was that? 1 hour 51 minutes, a little bit longer of course because of all the GSX stuff, but that's nothing to worry about. Yeah, we had 1 landing, 3.8 G-force, that was a little bit crazy, I'm not quite sure why. 2 degrees pitch, 0 degrees roll, 124. Yeah, I think the pitch was a little bit high, and so I was in a bit of a dilemma. I probably could have pushed forward a little bit actually to lower that pitch, so it wasn't quite as bad. Minus 232 is no problem at all. It's certainly not going to cause any issues for us. Right, so we'll let all these people deboard. So for those who use Pro ATC, if you've watched the video, post for me what tips you have, because you know I'm still quite new to Pro ATC. I think the initial issue when we didn't get the glide slope, because we got the localizer but we didn't get the glide slope, and I think it was because I stayed at 4,000 thinking that when I gave Tramp back control of the altitude it would make a glide path and we would just descend, but it didn't do that at all. So that basically meant we had to yeah, we had to go and enter that manually. Which is a little bit annoying. I don't know why Tramp doesn't do that, to be honest with you, because it really should. It's supposed to, you know, if you give it altitude control back, just go and make a glide path. Itself, which it didn't do at all. But no matter, maybe because I'm on FS Tramp 812, not 813, maybe it's 813 that does that, I'm not sure. These passengers are going to take quite a while, aren't they? Well, let's clean up a few little things, shall we? Let's have a look at how the winds were here. So, they were 240 at 15. They were a little bit more than we were expecting. It's certainly made it interesting, but we can get rid of that. Project Fly is all done. They're still unloading all the bags. Beautiful. This is going to take quite a while, so I think I'm going to. I'll end the video. You don't need to watch all these deboard. Basically, they're pretty much done with the bags. I'll let you watch the bags finish, and then one of them will probably drive off. But the actual passengers are going to take a little while to get off, which is all right. So we'll just watch the bags.
PSX package loading progress 67%. Now 99% PSI. PSX 50/214 passengers departed. PSX package loading progress 67%. Now 99% PSI. PSX 55/214 passengers departed. S. PSX package loading progress 73%. Now 99% PSI. PSX package loading progress 73%. PSX 60/214 passengers departed. PSX package loading progress 80%. Now 99% PSI. PSX 62/214 passengers departed. PSX package loading progress 80%. PSX 65/214 passengers departed.
Alright, baggage is very nearly done.
Now 99% PSI.
But yeah, very immersive this, having all this go off. I do enjoy it.
PSX 67/214 passengers departed. PSX package loading progress 80%.
We can probably pan around a bit on this view. Oh, that's quieter.
PSX 72/214 passengers departed.
Yeah, passengers take forever, as you can tell.
PSX package loading progress 87%. Now 99%
Baggage takes a little bit shorter, so the bags will be ready and waiting for them, I'm sure. Pretty much all done with the baggage by the looks of it.
PSX package loading progress 93%.
So
PSX 77/214
we just let them finish the baggage, then we will end the video there. Because you know what the passengers are going to do. They're going to rock off our plane. We don't need to watch them do it, really.
PSX package loading progress 93%.
But yeah, a very good flight, I'd say. In general, we had a few things. We've learned a few things, but in general, it worked well.
Now 99% PSI. PSX 82/214 passengers departed. PSX package loading progress 93%. PSX 84/214 passengers departed.
Hurry up with your baggage. I guess it must be realistic.
Now 99% PSI.
But yeah, I do enjoy that you can actually choose the handlers. You can choose, you know, which, how we've got Lufthansa doing our handling. You know, that's a nice feature that you can actually choose that. There we go. Right, looks like he's going to drive away, leave us in peace with just about another 100 or so passengers to get off. Oh, is it raining? I think it's actually raining in Hamburg.
PSX 94/214 passengers departed. PSX 96/214 passengers departed.
Yeah. Once he buggers off, I'll be able to tell you, but I'm pretty sure it's raining here. Interesting little.
PSX 98/214 passengers departed.
There we go, he's gone. Yes, it is raining, you can probably hear it. So not the nicest of conditions to come back to. Anyway, they are going to continue deboarding. There's still a good few of them to go though, so I'm going to leave it there for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed this flight. It was a very nice little short domestic. And yeah, we did pretty much the full lot today, didn't we? We did everything that we could possibly do with GSX and you know, every add-on that we've got for this sim. Right, I will see you in the next video, or video stream I should say, whenever that is. So I hope you enjoyed the full flight video. Let me know if you like these types of videos, or whether you want to be short or whatever. I enjoy doing these every once in a while. Can't promise any schedule, but it is enjoyable to do a whole flight like this in a video to upload for later. So see you later, enjoy the rest of your day.